Welcome to Smash Wrestling, Put Up or Shut Up, here from the Rec Room in Toronto, Ontario. That's Mr. Electricity, Jonny DeLuca. I'm Blake Murphy, Steve Argentaru alongside me to my right. Steve, a loaded card here on the road to Super Showdown.
Blake, it is Canada Day weekend. We are so excited to be here in this historic building. We have a great Canadian, Jonny DeLuca, here in the opening match against a guy who claims to now be from New York, who's definitely Canadian, but we'll see how Mr. Electricity does against his opponent coming up here.
That is Mr. New York to you, Steve. He's not Canadian. He's from New York. You heard it there from Dustin Berry in the ring. He is the Joe Pesci of professional wrestling. And Steve, like him or not, he is one of the hottest wrestlers from a win-loss perspective in Smash Wrestling over these last 2 years.
Carter Mason has been on a great run the last couple of years in terms of win-losses, as you said. Hit a bit of a speed bump, though, last month. Suffered an injury during his match against Mustafa Ali. It actually cost him a spot in the Northern Tournament and an opportunity at that Smash Wrestling World Championship. He's looking to get back on track here tonight against Jonny DeLuca.
And look, Steve, Carter Mason does not think it was an accident that Sebastian Suave and Smash Wrestling put Mustafa Ali in his way so close to the Northern Tournament. Carter Mason has stacked wins against good competition ever since we relaunched here at Smash Wrestling. He feels he earned a title shot. He did in that multi-man ladder match back in London a few months ago. Never got a fair shot at the title. Got put in a multi-man title match. Never got a fair shot at the title there either. He feels he's owed one. Got to work his way back up with a win against Jonny DeLuca here.
I think that's a bit of a stretch about what he said about Sebastian Suave. He needs to go against top-level competition. He's been succeeding against top-level competition. Facing a guy like Mustafa Ali definitely fits into that game plan for him. He should not be complaining about that.
And he should not be taking Jonny DeLuca lightly, maybe not as established as Mustafa Ali, but we see early here the speed, the ability to counter and stay maybe one step ahead of Carter Mason in the early going here. What can you tell us about Mr. Electricity, Jonny DeLuca, Steve?
Jonny DeLuca is one of the bright up-and-comers here in the Ontario wrestling scene. He actually came up with another guy we're quite familiar with in Jax Williams, and they are both trying to make statements here. And this is a huge opportunity for Mr. Electricity against one of the veterans here in Carter Mason.
Big statement early with that drop kick to the jaw. That it's rare that Carter Mason stops the jaw moving for any amount of time. Got him there. Oh, Mason, though, looking for a bit of a modified Taz mission there on DeLuca. DeLuca with a nice counter for an arm drag takeover to get out of it and a boot there. You mentioned it, Jonny DeLuca, very familiar with Jax Williams. Probably the biggest win of his Smash career, coming against Jax Williams a few months back in Mississauga.
No question, and it arguably set Jax Williams on a bit of a different direction. We're not going to talk too much about
cover for Mason
coming here today. But yeah, Jonny DeLuca has been trying to turn heads here in Ontario and here in Smash Wrestling specifically. He's got a great opportunity here against Carter Mason, who now is showing some of those underhanded tactics he's become known for the last couple of years.
And Mason, to DeLuca's credit, a good start to this match, but Mason maybe taking it a little bit more seriously now, getting into that bag of tricks. We see him choking DeLuca out over that second rope, and then a big kick from the apron. And Carter Mason letting this Smash Wrestling crowd know he's here. Never a shortage of trash talk from the king of New York City, Carter Mason. There's a cover.
Your mouth can only take you so far, Blake, and Carter Mason, I think, is finally getting a little serious, realizing that he's facing some stiff competition here in Jonny DeLuca. Young, up and coming, but a serious challenger for Carter Mason.
And Mason staying on the offensive here. You see him talking with the Rec Room crowd, talking with referee Steve Sorensen, but not letting DeLuca get a little bit of a breather here. Chops in the corner. Now, inside cradle roll-up from Johnny DeLuca almost upsets Carter Mason there. Mason looking for another vertical suplex, and there's a back elbow to settle things right down. There you see the experience of Carter Mason. Almost gets caught in that small package, but right back to the offensive. Doesn't let him put him on his heels.
And it's not only the experience, I think it's also that New York attitude. We talked about how, this is someone who identified as being Canadian not that long ago, and now he's from New York. He's holding a New York-based championship, but you can also see that attitude. You can see it in his face, you can see it in his moveset, and he is really looking to take advantage of that against Johnny DeLuca.
You mentioned his history here in Canada, also his history of Smash Wrestling. This is a wrestler who used to call himself the King in the North, but felt the Smash Wrestling fans and Smash Wrestling as an organization didn't give him his due, and he feels more at home. Big jawbreaker from Johnny DeLuca there to get out of the sleeper hold.
He was
Carter
not
Mason
expecting that, stunned him.
Yeah, stunned him indeed. And again, we see a brief moment here where Carter Mason is not talking trash because he had his jaw jacked up there. Catches Johnny DeLuca's boot in the corner, though, and look at the confidence. Look at the smarm. Yeah. Big suplex turned over into a cover. There's 1, 2. Carter Mason almost had the victory there, and you see the forearm across the face of Johnny DeLuca as well. Carter Mason a little undersized relative to DeLuca, but a very, very physical wrestler. There we see DeLuca with a nice spinning facebuster into a sling blade. And DeLuca, Blue Thunder Bomb. Big upset.
Possibility here.
Just the 2 count for DeLuca off the Blue Thunder Bomb. My goodness, shades of Konosuke Takeshita.
What a move from Johnny DeLuca. I have to start to wonder if Carter Mason was taking DeLuca for granted here. That, we talked about that smirk and that attitude on his face, and he got caught there.
DeLuca going to go back to that backdrop suplex, but Carter Mason gets out of it. A jumping knee there. Going to go, tornado DDT using the ropes for an assist. Mason going for the cover. Just the 2 count on DeLuca.
It's Mason's coming close. You can see a little frustration starting to set in. You can see that look on his face. DeLuca doing a great job of at least surviving this offense from Carter Mason.
And Mason taking this a little more seriously as we've gone along here. He might have come into this one. Everyone knows Johnny DeLuca is a big prospect, but Carter Mason's coming off of multiple title shots he didn't get a fair shake at, nearly taking Mustafa Ali to the limit, and he thought he'd looking for that tornado DDT again, but DeLuca catches him. Mason doesn't have this guillotine counter locked in very well. DeLuca, deathless vertical suplex and the kip up. Mr. Electricity firing back here against Carter Mason.
And the crowd feeling it.
What's DeLuca looking for here? Springboard into a back elbow. Mason catches it, though, right into the corner, and things start quick. He's got him in a submission. He's got those legs hooked. He's got a triangle.
I wonder if this is going to be it. DeLuca has to get out of it. He looks to be fading, though.
He's done.
And there it is.
DeLuca taps Carter Mason with I don't know how often we've seen a submission victory from Carter Mason here. Mason letting the crowd know that he came up victorious, and in a bit of a new way there with the submission. Usually we see that Rikers Island sunset flip powerbomb from Mason late in matches, going for the submission here instead, and he's calling for the microphone. He's always got something to say.
Accept that sneaking order. Accept that sneaking order. Sebastian Schwartz, I'm so fed up. I'm so fed up. I'm ready to check it. You're here right now. Get your ass in the ring. Get your ass in the ring, Seth. 1 week before the Northern. 1 week you want to put me against Mustafa Ali. Considered one of the best in the world right now. And not only do I take it to him, not only do I almost beat him, I walk out of here with a concussion. A concussion 1 week before that Northern. That for some reason, after time and time again, proving that I'm him, you want to make me earn my spot. Did I not want to show up and fight for the Northern? Yes or no? Yes. Yes. Who stopped me? Not the doctors. Not Conor Mason, who was on route to the venue. Who stopped me? Was it Sebastian Schwab? Yes or no? You gotta yes or no. Your health mattered first. Now you care about my health. Now you care about my family. No. You care about keeping Smash Wrestling and the Smash Wrestling Championship away from me and my family. That's what you're concerned about, Sebastian Schwab. That's it. So as far as I'm concerned, I've never lost my number one contendership. Time and time I got robbed. Newcomer Jonny, Luca, Mustafa Ali, Puma King, Sunny Kiss. How many more people do I have to name? I beat them all. I prove myself time and time again. They hate me because I tell the truth. They know I'm the best. They know I'm here, and they can't do a damn thing about it. They can't do a damn thing about it. Especially you, Ugly. Can't do a damn thing about it. Alright? So what are you gonna do about it, Sebastian Schwab? You know what? First thing I'm gonna do is say that you're making a lot of fair and valid points. I'm not gonna BS you on that. You won your number one contendership, yes? And you got done dirty. You didn't lose a championship match. And yeah, you went into that Northern tournament unable to compete, and like it or not, I made the right call. And you know what? I can't change this. Tarek earned winning the Northern, and Tarek will be in the main event of Super Showdown. But you didn't make some valid points, and so this is how we're gonna play it. I can't turn around the clock, but what I can do is if you truly still feel that you got done dirty and that you deserve your spot in the in the main event of Super Showdown, then you have to beat the man who won Super Showdown. Like I said, I ain't taking Tarek out of the main event. But one-on-one, July 14 in London, if you can beat Tarek one-on-one, that main event will then be a three-way. Psycho Mike, Tarek, and Carter Mason. But if you lose to Tarek, you start right back at the bottom. So if I beat Tarek, I go to the main event, triple threat for that championship. No more tricks. No more you think I'm sneaky. I've never been in a sneakier company with sneakier fans. No more sneaky tactics on your end. I've beaten everybody. I've beaten everybody. Crystal clear. If you're announced the winner of that one-on-one match, you enter the main event of Super Showdown. I've beaten them all. What's one more, bitch? I'll prove to you, these fans, and everyone like I've been doing for over a year, hell, 20 and counting now, that I really am.
Huge implications for Super Showdown, for our July 14th show in London, Forest City Fight Night. Carter Mason against Tarek. If Mason can come up with the victory, he will be inserted into the main event of Super Showdown. It will become a triple threat with Tarek, with Psycho Mike, Smash Wrestling Championship on the line.
Newcomer here to Smash Wrestling, Steve. Juni Underwood, the Pyro Prince, not who Haley Dillon thought she'd be against today. A bit of an odd wrestler in general, and a bit of an odd matchup for Haley Dillon here now.
It definitely is. Haley Dillon, this certainly wasn't the opponent she was expecting, but Juni Underwood is going to be facing one of the up-and-coming stars in the women's division of Smash Wrestling. Haley Dillon's been very impressive. We'll talk more about her in a sec.
You said it, Steve. One of the most impressive women in the Smash Wrestling women's division, and just in Smash Wrestling in general. And don't let the smile and bubbly entrance fool you. Haley Dillon is all business and all hard hitting once that bell rings. Juni Underwood better know what he signed up for here.
definitely, and not, also don't take the size for granted either. She's one of the smaller competitors in Smash, but her striking ability is almost second to none. She's been training with Kevin Blackwood. She's been in matches against Kevin Blackwood. She's teamed up with him. She's been in three-way matches. She has a lot of experience going in for someone so young.
Yeah, trained with Malachi Black in the past as well. Very serious competitor here is Haley Dillon. Juni Underwood, not someone we know well in Smash Wrestling, but a bit of a reputation around, and I mean that in a good way and maybe less so good of a way. Obviously a very talented wrestler, a bit of an attitude here, as you see with the noogie to Haley Dillon to start this one off.
He's definitely experienced, but I'm not sure he's faced someone quite like Haley Dillon. The size advantage definitely will come into effect here, but we'll see how much scouting he's done and if he's ready for that striking ability we talked about from Haley Dillon.
And don't look at the simpatico ring attire here. Two people with flames on their gear and think these are similar wrestlers. No, Juni Underwood is going to use some underhanded tactics. Generally, he will use his speed, but early on here looking to ground Haley Dillon. That, I think, is going to play into Haley Dillon's favor. She looks for a Mahastral Cradle here, looking to end it quick. Juni Underwood gets up quick, and he's surprised at another roll-up attempt. Just the one count there for Haley Dillon, and a big chop from Underwood.
We talked about Haley Dillon being in the women's title picture here at Smash. She was supposed to be facing one of the co-champions. Is it Silesia Sparks? We don't know. Is it Nikita? But she was in a three-way back in London, a three-way match against Lana Del Rey and Silesia Sparks, and really impressed her, came very close to winning it.
And there you see some innovative wrestling to take Juni Underwood down to his knees, and then a big strike off the ropes. Haley Dillon very, very strong in the striking game, and despite the size disadvantage she'll be at against Underwood and a lot of her opponents, very strong in general. We will see her bust out some suplexes and things like that. There, Underwood catches her looking for the heat seeker, delivers a boot on the apron, and now laying in with a forearm.
Yeah, he's not holding back against Haley Dillon. He realizes the kind of competitor that she is, but Haley giving it right back to Juni Underwood.
And Underwood seems a little surprised here. She's going to go for the fireman's carry on the apron here. Underwood trying to kick and elbow his way out. He drops to the floor. Kicks the legs out from under Haley Dillon. And he's going right to work. What is he looking for here? He's got her up on his shoulder. Right into the ring post. And this thing has changed momentum in a hurry here.
That might have knocked out Haley Dillon. Let's see if she can even continue.
Juni Underwood doing
a bit of a premature celebration here.
Yeah, look, you don't want to go Bo Dallas mode here and do a victory lap well before the match has ended. Now he's going for a slow cover here, but not a very strong cover there. Just pins the wrist, doesn't hook a leg. Juni Underwood, and now a sarcastic clap. Look, this guy's talented, but when I was scouting getting ready for this match, we've seen this from him before, and it doesn't seem like he's quite learned his lesson. He's fond of calling himself the fire starter. Maybe he starts to burn on him a little bit. He needs to get this thing under control and focus back on Haley Dillon.
No, he definitely doesn't seem to be taking Haley too seriously here. You mentioned the lackadaisical cover before, playing to the crowd.
Big neck breaker there, though.
Yeah.
There's a cover, just two. And he looks a little surprised, a little amused. The crowd's certainly not a big fan of Juni Underwood here, both because of his own actions, and Haley Dillon has won a lot of people over here in the tag division, in the singles division, in that chase to get into the Smash Women's Championship picture.
Sure has. One thing Juni Underwood did not look is worried.
He didn't, and delivers a big strike to the head there, looking for a corner attack. Haley Dillon evades it. And this is where you don't want to be. You don't want to get cornered by Haley Dillon. There he's able to get a quick breather, but she's right back at it with the forearms up top. Potentially looking for a suplex off the top from Haley Dillon.
I got to tell you, the resilience from Haley Dillon is very impressive. She has taken some incredible offense from Juni Underwood, and she keeps coming back for more. At some point, you got to think it is going to frustrate Juni Underwood.
And the crowd strongly behind Haley Dillon here as she sizes him up in the corner. Juni looks to strike first, misses on the blow. Haley Dillon boot to the midsection. Series of strikes and a spinning forearm. One leg hooked. Underwood fights his way out of that one, looks for a kick. Haley's got him again. Oh! Modified German suplex there. Kind of a seatbelt grip on it. And now going right back to work on Underwood. She missed the heat seeker earlier, going back to it. There it is. And look at the ring presence. Roll him away from the ropes right away. He can't get out, can't get a breather. And that's up for the fireman's carry. Big rolling DVD into the cover.
Pin attempt. Wow, that was close. Very smart of Haley Dillon. Juni Underwood, you saw him before roll out of the ring, try to catch a breather, which he did earlier in the match. But Haley Dillon was right on him, brought him back into the ring, hit some more offense, and went for that pinfall attempt.
Yeah, he gets his shoulder up by about a match book width there, and Haley Dillon looking for a ripcord, misses the clothesline, and Underwood catches her. Sits her up top instead of going for the slam, and then a big kick to the back of the head. Uh-oh. Haley Dillon's feet are caught in this top rope here, Steve.
Again, you see that smirk. He thinks he's got her exactly where he wants her, Haley Dillon.
And we've seen this before. Fire in the hole! Big tree of woe drop kick from Juni Underwood. No messing around this time. This time he hooks the leg. Just the 2 count.
Wow. Just by a hair's length, he's able to kick out.
And Steve, you said it, the sloppier covers early, no messing around that time. Juni Underwood knows he's in a fight here, taking this one a lot more seriously now, as he should against one of the strongest competitors in Smash Wrestling.
I know Underwood probably, wow, what a knee. Thinks this match has probably gone a little longer than he originally thought. And yeah, that expression on his face has changed.
Oh, a running dominator. Just 2. Haley Dillon, the resilience again, somehow getting up. Juni Underwood was laughing in these situations earlier. He's still trying to smile his way through it, but there is a real sense of frustration on the face of Juni Underwood here. And just, a little, maybe an American Psycho style of frustration there. This guy kind of gives me the creeps here, Steve.
Haley, I don't blame you. Haley Dillon was able to kick out, but Underwood thinks he's got her where he wants her.
And now just a slap to the face there, yeah. Stoking the embers, as it were. Haley Dillon fires back with a big open-handed strike.
He's going to regret that.
Big forearm from Underwood. And one right back from Haley Dillon. This is not a style of matchup you want to get into with Haley Dillon, Judy. This is a striking battle. You were going to lose forearms over and over and over from Haley Dillon.
Wow.
Kick to the midsection from Underwood, though. Spring off the ropes. Haley Dillon cuts him off with a forearm.
He looks stunned, Underwood.
But Underwood fires right back with a running knee strike. These two staying on top of each other. Neither can get an inch. And Underwood baits her there. A series of kicks and a spinning back kick.
This is what Underwood has to do. He has to keep following up with offense. Cannot let Dillon get back into this match.
But again, takes a little bit too much time with the fireman's carry position. Dillon's got him. German suplex.
But released it. Let's see if she follows up here.
Big spinning back fist. Underwood is on Dream Street.
He is stunned. Dillon
looking for an
up here.
Ripcord into the clothesline. What an impact. Dillon for the cover. 2, 3. Haley Dillon with another big victory.
That has got to be considered an upset for Haley Dillon. She's done really well in the women's division. A big, big win here against Juni Underwood.
Nikita, Silesia Spark, you guys can call yourselves the co-champions. You can avoid as many title shots as you have so far, but at some point, one of you or both of you have to put the title on the line, and you have to think Haley Dillon is very close to the top of that contenders list.
Dillon cannot control whether Silesia or Nikita show up, but she can control her wins.
Another big match here, Steve, in the women's division. Vanna Black set to take on Jody, the Vanna Black. Don't forget the Steve. She wants us to make sure everyone knows this isn't just any Vanna Black. This is the Vanna Black. Big test here for the Vanna Black.
And big test indeed. The Vanna Black has been the mouthpiece for Jax Williams. That's how Smash Wrestling fans have seen her in the last little while. She has had a match recently in Smash Wrestling, but not a lot. So now is a chance for her to kind of show what she's got, that she's more than just a talking head.
Well, I hope your energy's up because...
Poor cameraman, Danny Proctor.
And yeah, no mistaking who's here now. It's Jody Threat. You know the music, you know the look, and yeah, you know the accidental assault on cameramen. What a play though. Just rolling right through it, getting right back on focus there from our camera crew. Jody Threat, all energy, all intensity, Steve.
We have throws all around, in the ring and outside the ring. I'm sure Danny Proctor will be okay. He's back up, but Jody Threat, wow, what a talent. She's been around the scene for a while, but gaining tons of experience with TNA wrestling.
And we saw Jody Threat here at Rec Room last time we were here in a four-way match that involved Jax Williams. Vanna Black getting involved on behalf of her client, Jax Williams, and that's what led to this. Jody Threat did not take kindly to it being, instead of a 1v1, v1, v1, a 2v1, v1, v1, as we've seen from Vanna Black so often since she became Jax Williams' representative.
Yeah, this is very much a grudge match, and Jody Threat looking to really even the score here against Vanna Black.
And here we see some physicality early. It'll be interesting to see how Vanna Black handles this match. We have seen her primarily as the representative for Jax Williams in Smash Wrestling, but she's wrestled here before. She's wrestled all around Canada, a very strong competitor in her own right.
But she's going against just someone with a ton of energy in Jody Threat. She's aggressive, she's fast, and look at those strikes.
And we'll have the crowd behind her, no doubt. Will Jody Threat, a hometown favorite, a Smash Wrestling favorite, and beyond that, just one of the most talented women in the scene, a former TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champion, and someone who's back in that TNA Knockouts Tag title picture. Here you see the strength, just holding Vanna Black up. Yeah, holding and holding and holding anyone. The amount of strength this takes, Steve. Boom!
Incredible by Jody Threat. Vanna in pain here. And she
manages to get a kick out there.
Jody Threat with the advantage early on, yeah.
Yeah, Jody Threat, all offense at all times. Vanna Black begging off here a little bit, trying to catch a bit of a breather. What is the strategy here, Steve? If you're Vanna Black, you're a little less experienced, you're at a size disadvantage. She is very, very strong, but Jody Threat among the strongest.
There you go. I mean, this is what she does, right? She goads you, she baits you into the corner, and then is able to use some underhanded tactics.
Big drop of Jody Threat over the top turnbuckle there from the electric chair position. And this is it. I think you're right, Steve. It's a ground and pound here. Stay on top. Don't let Jody Threat get that momentum. Don't let her get the crowd behind her. You really, and this, you know, I know you gotta talk to the crowd. You gotta let them know you're there. But she really needs to stay on this part of the strategy, staying all over Jody Threat here.
She is getting in the referee's face. Oh, here's a pinfall attempt. Wow.
Just a one count there. But that's the strategy. Stay on top of her, stay on top of her early, look for an early pinfall. And there you go.
Get Jody Threat back on her heels here.
And the physicality from Vanna Black, big suplex there. You see those forearms to the small of the back, weakening Jody Threat so she can get her up for the suplex. There's a cover. Not going to beat Jody Threat that quickly, but I do like the level of physicality from Vanna Black in the early going.
Yeah, strong kick out from Jody there, but Vanna Black really just trying to go for some of those early pinfalls, maybe hoping to catch Jody by surprise. Definitely just trying to weaken her as this match continues.
Oh, comes up empty on the kick there, but ducks a strike, and she's going to use the ropes here, use the full 5 seconds to choke out Jody Threat. Some innovation there from Vanna Black. And now, yeah, letting the crowd know, letting our camera crew know she's here, and she's a real threat to Jody Threat. No pun intended initially.
Yeah, that's a smart move from Vanna Black, and that's what she has to do. Just stretching the rules as much as she can. Here
you
go.
see it again.
Another count. Yeah. She was getting in the referee's face before, trying to intimidate him. I don't think he's going to have it. Steve Sorensen, one of our most experienced officials here at Smash.
Snapmare takeover there, and Vanna Black going to make sure Jody Threat stays grounded there. Big back sent on. There's a cover. Just a 1.5 there, but right back to the rear chin lock. Again, smart. Vanna Black doing a great job staying on top of Jody Threat here. And you mentioned, Steve, the way that she uses what the official has to give her there. The 5 count in the ropes, some of the sneakier stuff she does. This is exactly the type of thing that she's used to help Jax Williams take his career to another level, build some momentum there. See, we see her really wrenching on that chin lock from behind.
It's really deep in, and it's probably, into somewhat of a choke, cutting off Jody's airways, trying to weaken her, although not enough apparently.
Yeah, Jody able to power her way out of it. There's a drop toe hold into the middle rope. Nice move from Jody Threat. And yeah, here you see it. She doesn't need much time to get the energy back. Looking for that. Looking for a strike on the second rope. Comes up empty and spills to the floor.
Smart move, and again, that's what Vanna Black needs to do. Just use some of those cunning skills to get out of the way of some of Jody Threat's offense. And now Jody lying on the floor in front of our fans here at the Rec Room.
We'll see here Vanna Black on the outside using that ring apron. Shades of our Smash champion Psycho Mike. Although just one.
I think you do that about 25 times.
Yeah, that's a number he can't count all the way to. That's for sure. There you see again, head off the apron. Jody pressed up against this plexiglass divider.
And again, smart by Vanna Black, using what she can outside the ring, beating the 10 count back in the ring, but using every rule she can to her advantage.
Yeah, my only criticism of the match Vanna Black's wrestled so far here is maybe just a little too much talk to the crowd. You don't want to give Jody Threat a breather here. One of the best conditioned cardio athletes we have in Smash Wrestling. She only needs a brief reprieve to get all that. And there you go. Whoa! Big shoulder tackle from Jody Threat. And as much as she's been on the defensive here, Steve, you see that explosiveness right away.
Great point about her conditioning. I mean, if I did her entrance, I'd be winded right after the entrance. Not to mention what's going on here during the match. She is starting to recover, and Vanna is down. She hasn't really moved since that last recovery from Jody Threat.
Yeah, I can only imagine you trying to evade Jody Threat on her entrance like our camera crew had to there. You'd be huffing and puffing. Still, Vanna Black, though, not taking it lightly. She's right back up. Jody Threat with a big forearm. Vanna Black looking for more, eats a clothesline. And another one. There's a third from Jody Threat. This is all offense from Jody Threat now. Ducks under a clothesline. Boot to the midsection. And a running thumb kick. Going back to the well. This time she nails that second rope attack right into a German suplex. Jody Threat is all over Vanna Black. Huge German suplex from Jody Threat. It is all Jody Threat now in this match. She's got the crowd behind her. Vanna Black looking for... Jody Threat has her up looking for a fireman's carry. Vanna Black elbowing and kneeing her way out. Again, Steve, using those ropes to her advantage here.
Very smart on Vanna Black's part that she had to do something to get out of that. Wow.
Brings Jody Threat up over that top rope. Gets caught. Michinoku driver. There's a cover. Just barely.
So close.
Looked like Vanna Black maybe had some momentum back her way after hanging Jody Threat up over that top rope. Got caught in that Michinoku driver, though. And Jody Threat looking around to the crowd here. They're behind her. She going up top?
It looks like it. Crowd wants her to go up.
She's got the sadistic smile on her face.
Struggling to get to her feet. Smart move by Vanna Black again. Using those underhanded tactics, but they are effective.
And then a second kick. And a face buster. Vanna Black crawling into a cover here. Just two.
Wow. Vanna Black pulling out all the stops here and coming very close to the upset. Would have to be an upset against Jody Threat here.
And just wrestling a heck of a match, wrestling a very smart match as well. And now this is maybe not as smart, putting the boots of Jody Threat, talking smack in Jody Threat's face. Yeah, you could drive those forearms into the back, but you don't want to fire Jody Threat up more than she comes out already fired up.
They were not having a great effect on Jody.
Vanna Black looking for a rolling strike, gets caught though. Jody's got her into that fireman's carry. Oh, looking for the TKO. Vanna Black has it scouted though. She falls. Oh, spear! Jody Threat flattens her with a spear. Now she's got her up. TKO! There's the cover. That'll do it, Steve.
3. Jody Threat with a big win over Vanna Black here.
Absolutely massive victory for Jody Threat. Can't say enough though about what Vanna Black showed us in this one. Underexperienced relative to Jody Threat, a little undersized relative to Jody Threat. Took her to the absolute limit. Showed us an awful lot here in defeat, Steve.
Yeah, give Vanna Black some credit here. She's obviously picked up some pointers, I think, from Jax Williams along the way, but really a threat, no pun intended, in her own right. And she showed it in this match against Jody.
Yeah, give her some credit and give Jody Threat a beer or something. She's drinking imaginary beers on the top rope there. You never quite know what she's up to there. Well, Jody Threat with a big victory there in a grudge match. We've got another big grudge match coming up next, Steve.
And wait.
The schedule for one fall.
This one has been a long time brewing, Steve. It's Golden Gun Mark Wheeler. He has been nothing but vicious toward Vaughn Vertigo since his return to Smash Wrestling after a long injury absence.
It's been months and months, both men trying to do what they can to move up into the title picture, but Mark Wheeler's definitely been a thorn in the side of Vaughn Vertigo.
Vaughn Vertigo on a terrific run of his own in Smash Wrestling. Mark Wheeler comes back a few months ago, targets Vaughn Vertigo, says, hey, while I was out, you took the spot that should have been mine, that should still belong to me. Steve, these guys not only know each other well, not only strongly dislike each other, you could make an argument, yeah, Vaughn Vertigo getting after it early here. You could make, Vaughn Vertigo not wasting any time. Big crossbody off the top rope, and he is right on the offensive. Big kick to Mark Wheeler. And a European uppercut. Vaughn Vertigo not wasting any time.
Looked to catch Wheeler by surprise there. Vertigo gaining the upper hand early in this match.
Well, what I was going to say is, yeah, certainly no love lost between these guys. You could make an argument, too, that they have kept each other's eyes off the prize when it comes to the chase for that Smash Wrestling Championship. Mark Wheeler, of course, making his return and keeping Vaughn Vertigo out of the title picture. And then both of these guys facing off in the finals of the Northern Tournament. And yeah, Vaughn Vertigo coming out ahead, but maybe taking his eye off the ball.
Well, he certainly did. Got the pinfall in an elimination match in that final, so he didn't actually win the Northern Tournament, but he did manage to take out his rival, Golden Gun.
And yeah, you say rival there. Mark Wheeler clearly has Vaughn Vertigo scouted. Not a great start to this match for Wheeler, but he had that standing moonsault, the knees up, ready to go, and he catches Vaughn Vertigo here off the top. The smile on Mark Wheeler's face. Big suplex.
Wow, And that's the advantage Mark Wheeler has.
Oh, two count there, and he's right back to the ground and pound.
But man, that power is such a huge advantage for Mark Wheeler.
If these two give us enough of a breather to explain, yeah, as you were saying, Steve, in the Northern, Vaughn Vertigo eliminates Mark Wheeler, but maybe just a little too preoccupied with Wheeler and doesn't come out of that match on top. And that's really been the story of the last few months for both of these guys. Anytime they should be focused on something else, they're focused on each other. We saw the video package a little earlier. Vaughn Vertigo preventing Mark Wheeler from escaping from a match. Mark Wheeler then coming out attacking Vaughn Vertigo. That's been the story for months and months here. Hopefully today can finally settle this down.
And we started to talk about the strength advantage that Mark Wheeler has and the viciousness. But he showed earlier on he's also quite an agile competitor with that huge drop kick against Vertigo.
Well, this is the thing. Before Mark Wheeler left injured, big kick on Vertigo there. Looking for a nope. Mark Wheeler catches him and snake eyes over the middle rope there. Big boot in the corner too. The physicality here. We always knew Mark Wheeler was a good wrestler, a technical wrestler, a good striker. He came back though so much stronger, so much bigger, so much more explosive, Steve.
And leader.
Yeah.
And that's been a big part of his success here. And what he's looking to do to Vaughn Vertigo is use some of that aggression against Vertigo to gain the upper hand.
And here you see him choking across the middle rope here. He'll use the full 5 count from the official there. And that's not as much strategy about the match as just these two don't like each other. He's going to take every opportunity he can to lay into Vertigo. Big right hand there.
But it's effective. Vertigo's sucking wind, now trying to come back as best he can.
And Vertigo sucking wind could be an important factor. Vertigo relies a lot on that speed, a lot on the ability to get to those running and jumping knee strikes to use the top rope. If Wheeler can take away his wind, keep him grounded here, that's a good strategy, the dislike for each other aside.
Did you see that? One chop to Vertigo in the corner brought him to his knees.
And then just wiping the boots across the face of Vaughn Vertigo. And this level of meanness from Mark Wheeler, Steve, I don't know if he changed. Shot to the eyes there. Vaughn Vertigo trying to fire back here. Couple of opening palm strikes, couple of elbows. And Vaughn Vertigo baits Mark Wheeler there, dumps him to the outside.
And that was key for Vertigo to try to start catching his wind a little and go back on the offense. He needs a bit of a break here. But yeah, you were talking about Mark Wheeler. I mean, I've talked to him backstage. You know, seems like a very mild-mannered guy, but there's something about Vertigo that gets under his skin, and Mark Wheeler almost turns into a completely different competitor in the ring.
Well, this is what I was going to say. I feel a little lied to. I come into Smash Wrestling, and big clothesline, back over the top rope. And you know what Vaughn Vertigo's looking at a case like this. Big PK from the apron. Mark Wheeler thought he evaded the attack over the top rope. Vaughn Vertigo one step ahead.
These guys know each other so well. Vertigo anticipated Wheeler trying to get out of the way there.
Into the senton. And Vertigo with a little turnabout there. A little poke to the eye, a boot to the midsection. And a twist of fate. Into the cover.
What a cutter.
Just a 2 count for Vaughn Vertigo.
Wow. He almost stunned him enough there to get the pin. Wheeler, obviously, we keep talking about that strength advantage. And look at the replay here.
Yeah, big PK on the apron from Vaughn Vertigo. And then showing he can slap a tornado with that cutter in the ring. Looking for that knee strike. Wheeler has it scouted, though. Catches the knee and right back to the offensive. Looking for a Falcon Arrow there. Maybe Vertigo's the one who has it scouted this time. Wheeler tries to get a foot on the rope.
And Kensington right on the action there. Wheeler trying to use the ropes to his advantage in that pinfall attempt.
Yeah, Wheeler looking for an edge there. We've seen him a couple times, though, here. Have Vaughn Vertigo very well scouted. There he has the boot in the corner scouted. Vertigo has something extra for him. Michinoku driver. 2.
And you see how talented and strong Wheeler is. He does not need to use those underhanded tactics.
He doesn't need to, no, and you see how well he has Vertigo scouted. He's caught that running knee attack, the Shining Wizard, and moves like it. He's had those very well scouted. He clearly came in here with the game plan of don't let him catch you with those. We saw the
the senton early in the match that he got the knees up for. Again, very smart competitor, and there he eats a foot, no way around that, and a spinning forearm.
Ref doing a great job there of getting Wheeler out of the corner. It allowed Vertigo to recover somewhat and take advantage and go back on the offense.
Vertigo looking for a half and half. Wheeler tries to counter into a full Nelson. Here we go. And it's Vertigo that has it well. Oh!
What was that?
Vaughn Vertigo turning Mark Wheeler's own tricks against him with a low blow with the referee's back turn into a shoulder buster. There's a cover. 2. Oh, Wheeler with a shoulder up.
Wow. You do not see those kinds of tactics very often from Vaughn Vertigo, but I guess just trying to turn the tables on what he saw was Wheeler trying to take advantage of the situation.
Wheeler with the ref's back turn goes for the low blow. Vertigo catches it, delivers one of his own, and now he's going to go to the top rope here. The Rec Room crowd firmly behind the V guy.
Vertigo very comfortable up on the top rope.
Oh, big palm strike from Wheeler though.
Again,
Wheeler laying into him. He's going to meet him up top here.
All that strength and resilience.
Vertigo trying to fight back with shots to the midsection. Ooh, big headbutt. There sends Wheeler back down.
Runs the big man.
They're looking for that Bonton bomb. Wheeler evades it. Vertigo sees it coming. Big flip over from Vertigo. Looking for that Shining Wizard here, perhaps.
Is this it?
Oh! Mark Wheeler with a low blow into a cover. 2, 3, no!
Upset. That's got to be an upset. Mark Wheeler avenging his pinfall at the Northern.
Well, when you watch this back, Steve, what you're going to see, Mark Wheeler, you see him there without that right elbow pad. He ditched the right elbow pad, and that's what turned the referee's back. Very smart wrestling from Mark Wheeler. We talked all match about how well scouted he had Vertigo. Ditches the elbow pad, having an idea that Shining Wizard was coming. Catches him with the low blow. It's enough for the 3. And this Smash Wrestling crowd at the Rec Room letting him have it, throwing the toilet paper his way. And there you go, Mark Wheeler giving himself the old Barry Horowitz pat on the back. Steals one from Vaughn Vertigo.
But I can tell you, these guys are not done with each other yet, I guarantee it.
There's no way Vertigo thinks that's the end of their story together. Not like that. Today, though, Wheeler, the victor, Wheeler with the upper hand.